Hey guys, Talkamage here. Just coming to you real quick before we get into the actual episode today. I wanted to let you guys know about NullifiedGaming. They are the people who are hosting our server right now. And without them, none of this would be possible. So I want to give a big thanks to NullifiedGaming for being our host and making everything I do with Minecraft right now possible. Without them, there would be no Talkamage ILabs right now. So big thanks to them. You can check them out at NullifiedGaming.com. There will be a link in my description. So go ahead and go check them out. That's doing me a favor and doing Nullified a favor and helping make sure that I'm able to bring you guys more content. So thanks to them. Thanks to you guys for watching, and on with the show. Hey guys, welcome back to Isla de Moco. As you can see, I've got this fairly small area up in the sky here. This is actually the roof of Isla de Moco, which I'll be doing my farming and some other stuff up here on. I may make it a little bigger, but this is what I got so far. Now, let me just kick back into first person here. I know I said I was going to do a bunch of just little short updates until I got back to the moon, but my plans changed a little bit here. And the reason for that is because in this new pack we are lacking something that I had based a lot of my plans around for this challenge run, and that was I needed Minechem in order to make Certus quartz, and that's no longer possible because we don't have Minechem in this pack. In fact, Minechem kind of exploded on us and started requiring lots of item IDs, and it was crashing the Resonant Rise 3 pack, so we had actually removed it just prior to the server going away anyway. So that's kind of a bummer. As you can see over here, I've got some aviaries going. These were all harvested from villages as I was doing my exploration, and that's what I'm going to be using to replace Minechem. I'm going to be doing bees. Now I know what you're thinking, bees aren't exactly that high tech. Well, in actuality they kind of are, because in this pack we have two mods. We have Gendistry, which is the kind of the fast bees, which I'll be using a bit. But we also have genetics, which is, I'll just bring it up right here, is actually the extra bees. It's actually an evolution of the extra bees method of doing bee genetics, and well, genetics for forestry in general, but in this case just bee genetics for me. And I think I may go into that. I've looked into it a bit, and it's actually almost absurdly complicated, and also there's a lot of very time-consuming stuff about it, and that everything is time-gated, kind of more than I believe it should be. But at the same time, it is rather neat to do, so I may be doing that, I may not be. I haven't decided yet. But before we can even do any of that, I need to get bees going. As I said, I've got these aviaries up here, but they're just right now. I've got some ignoble princesses going in here, just making myself a good supply of drones so I can play with them. But what I really need to do to get into bees is I need to start building all the forestry machines, and I need to build myself some Gendistry stuff. And Gendistry is going to be pretty key to doing bees in general here, mostly because, as per the original challenge, I'm only really supposed to be doing base building up here on Isla de Moco. And that being the case, I'm kind of restricted to just this one biome. I could, build little fingers of my island out to the nearest, there's an oasis over there, and I think there's some forest to the east of me. That's another oasis. Like, I could build fingers of land all out to these places just so that I could, get my aviaries in different biomes, but I really don't have time for that, and, ain't nobody got time for that, as they say. So, Gendistry gives me a way to sidestep that by using industrial apiaries with biome upgrades in it. That lets me do all this extra breeding just in this biome here. It allows me also to have a nice, small, size-efficient apiary that I can basically set up however I want in order to get bee breeding going on. So that's kind of the big goal for today, is to get up to Gendistry. But before I go even that far, I need to hit all these forestry things, because I do need these machines in order to do just the basics of bees, especially since I am going to be doing some alvearies as well as the industrial apiary in order to get the most out of my bees. So to start, we're just going to start with a carpenter, a centrifuge, and a squeezer. Of these, I actually only really need the carpenter and the centrifuge, but I might as well do the squeezer and maybe the thermionic fabricator while I'm at it. So we'll just head down here. This is my first floor. As you can see, the Isla de Moco is actually right under me. I decided to start glassing it off. This is by no means a finished floor. I still got to put in lighting and walls and all that deal. I've only actually been up here a few play sessions so far. I'm just kind of getting things together, but as I said, I want to start this as soon as possible because bees do take a long time, so starting it now is really kind of essential. So the first thing I need to make is that carpenter, and it is right there. It's pretty cheap, it's just bronze and glass. Oh wow, I'm out of bronze. Well, that's okay. There's actually a nice recipe for bronze that just takes copper. Oh, let's go bronze. It's just copper and tin in crafting bench, so I should be able to make a fair amount of bronze. There we go. So that should be plenty of bronze. So carpenter. If you can hear zombies, they're spawning on the bottom of my island. That's another reason why I would like to completely encase this island in glass, is actually to keep stuff from spawning in the underside of it, because it is kind of irritating. It's not dangerous, it's just annoying hearing them all the time. Okay, so there's a carpenter. And then I also needed to make a centrifuge, which is also a lot of... Oh, this is just copper and a sturdy casing. Again, these are all pretty cheap, but they do require lots and lots of bronze. Alright, so there's our centrifuge, and then I wanted a squeezer, which I actually won't need right now, but it's good to have it, because I'll need to make nut oil in order to make my frames and in order to make my alveary later. Another sturdy casing. Oh, there's Toasty appearing right on top of me. It said, wave, Toasty. Say, hey to YouTube, Toasty. Traveling salesman. Oh, he's got something for me. What's he got? Oh, he's throwing bees at me. What does he got? Oh, my goodness. Hey, embittered bees? Cool. Alright, well, I'll definitely be able to use those. I'll breed these out. Yeah, Tausty's been working on his base too. He's had some really interesting FPS problems, so he's trying to figure that out. We think it's because he had 16 chunks worth of torches out around his base. Sorry, totally distracted by the... So I needed a carpenter, and I'm also going to need a source of fluids for those later, but I'm not going to do that right now because I don't really need to. I'll put the squeezer there. I don't think I'm going to need it. No, there you go. Okay. There's a centrifuge. Now, the centrifuge is kind of the important one because one of the things I'm going to need to have in order to get into bee production, or more importantly in bee breeding, is I'm going to need honey for analyzing the bees. So we throw the parched comb in there, and that'll start chunking away. And that brings me to the next thing on my list. Oh, thermionic. I completely forgot. Let's see if I can make that. Thermionic fabricator. But the next thing on my list is going to be the beealyzer. Let's see if I can make that thermionic. Thermionic. I may or may not be able to make this. Oh yeah, I'll be able to make this. Easy peasy. The thermionic... Oh, what am I missing? Am I missing chest, of all things? Chest. We'll just build a chest. Alright, so thermionic fabricator. This is going to be for some of the more advanced stuff for doing... mostly for alveary, so I'm actually not going to need this for a while. In fact, I'm just going to dump this right into my little AE system here, because I will not actually need that for quite some time. Bees I can put in my apiarist chest, and what else did I... Oh, beealyzer. I think I need mostly just... What do I need for that? I need tin, redstone, diamond, glass, and I'm going to need 2 buckets of water. So diamond... Yeah, diamond is the only thing I'm really hurting for right now. I've got lots of materials, so I've just been building away. Some glass panes. Grab those. What else was it? Tin. Plenty of tin. Grab a whole stack of that. And redstone. Yeah, I got tons of redstone. Everybody always has tons of redstone. Oh, and buckets of water. Getting a little hoarse there. Alright, so I'm going to need 2 buckets of water. And I don't... Do I not have an endless source anymore? I might not. Thought I maybe had a tank. I do have a tank of water. There we go. Alright. I should just put an endless source up here anyway, but unfortunately I don't really have a good spot to do it. Oh well. Water's easy enough to come by. We'll just empty it right out of there. I'll make another endless water source off camera. So I'm just going to put those in the carpenter. 1, 2. There we go. And then I should be able to make my Realizer. Let's see if I can remember how this goes. Then these should go up in here because it'll need... Basically, you're putting a pattern in the carpenter. And then you put the materials in the carpenter, and then it should just go. Yep, there it goes. So it'll chug along and get me a Realizer. Alright, so that's good. What the Realizer will let me do is, if you look at all my stuff right now, it's all unknown genome. And that's because I haven't realized them or analyzed their genome. By analyzing their genome, I'll be able to more accurately see what my bees have genetics-wise, and I'll be able to control it better when... let's put them on page 2. Be able to better control it when doing all of my breeding. So that's always a good thing. I can later make a full analyzer that I can automate, but we'll get to that when I get to it. Alright, so Realizer's probably done by now. Yep, there it is. Take all this stuff out and just break that recipe. Alright, so now I got my Realizer, and I should by now have some honey drops. Good. So the way the Realizer works is I just put it on my inventory, select it, you right click, and then I can put honey in it. And then if I grab a bee, let's just grab most of the stack of drones here. Just pop these guys in my Realizer in this little question mark spot, and it just analyzes them. So we got modest, short lifespan, slower production speed, slowest pollination speed. They use cacti, kind of a middling fertility, and all this other stuff. So that basically just tells me the basics of my bee. The most important part of this, though, is to see that the species is pure. It's modest. That's very important when I start to breed for common bees and other mutation bees, because I won't know if they're pure without analyzing them like that. So let's just pop those guys in the chest here, if they'll stack with anybody, which they apparently will not. I'll put them on the last page. Eventually I think I'm going to build just a standalone AE system to hold all my bees, because this chest is not going to come anywhere near matching what I need. So good. I have already taken care of all of one, and it's been like 5 minutes. This is going to be a speed episode, so I might be able to take care of this entire board. Alright, so Gendustry. Gendustry is where bees and technology start to meld. What Gendustry does for you is it gives you an aviary that you can do synthetic biomes in, so you don't have to do all the placing aviaries in various biomes in order to get the mutations to work. So industrial aviary. Oop. Apiary, sorry. I keep saying aviary, but it's apiary. So this isn't actually too bad. Should have all of this except the weighted pressure plate. Yep, I'm going to be running out of bronze here. I'm going to need to dig up some more copper. For some reason in this map, copper is really, really rare. Like, it's far more rare than pretty much everything else except, like, gold. It's about as rare as gold, though. Like, it's kind of strange. Oh, good. I've still got enough bronze. Probably don't have enough left, much left, though. I got 3 bronze left. Probably not a lot of copper left, either. Yeah, 15 is copper. Okay, so let's see how much gold I've got. See, look, I've got... copper is just flowing so much on me here. Okay, so... I'm getting distracted. Let's just search Gendustry, because it should be right there. I don't know how much I'm going to do with Gendustry's genetic manipulation stuff. I guess it depends on whether or not I decided to give that genetics a try. I've heard... I like it as... From what I've seen of it, I like it as a theory, but the time sinks involved in it just seem kind of needlessly punishing, so I don't know if I'm going to go there. But Gendustry offers a very simple and almost too easy solution, so it'd be nice if there was something kind of in between, but I said I'll come to that decision. So now I've got myself an industrial apiary, and what this is going to allow me to do is put upgrades in it. Basically, if you look in here, it's going to fill up with juice. There's 4 upgrade slots, and if we look on the last page here, you can see we can, second to last page here, do things like plains emulation upgrades, so it'll act like it's in a plains biome. I can do the same with like open sky, all these upgrades. The ones that are going to be most important to start are going to be the temperature down upgrade, since I'm in the desert, and a humidity up upgrade, since I'm in an arid climate. So humidifier upgrade, that's going to actually be pretty easy by the looks of it, upgrade frame and stuff, so I'm not going to need anything special for that. Where's the... Let's see, that was humidifier, so I need temperature down, which is this one here. And that cooler upgrade is, again, just upgrade frame and snowball, so all that I've got. However, in order to do some of this advanced the advanced breeding, and one of the first bees that I'm going to be trying to get my hands on is a farmed bee. And the reason I want a farmed bee is if we look at the farmed bee, what we'll see is that it produces something. It produces something called seedy comb. And seedy comb does something important. It produces nut dew, which can be squeezed for seed oil. Now, seed oil is probably one of the most irritating things to get without actually going into tree breeding, because seeds give you so little of it, and you need a big old farm in order to get it. Nut dew, on the other hand, gives you quite a bit of seed oil, so it offers a very nice solution, and you can get all the way up to farmed bees without really anything special. You can do it with just hive bees and some breeding. But the thing that you need in order to get these is you do need a plains. You need plains breeding, so I can use the plains upgrade. Problem with the plains upgrade is it takes an environmental processor. Now, to get an environmental processor, I need an assembly table, which is Buildcraft. So that's why this one is down here, Buildcraft, assembly table and lasers, which is what we're going to do right now. Don't know where I'm going to put them, but that's what we're going to do right now. I'm going to start in on that assembly table so we can start building some of the things that I'm going to need in order to do many of the upgrades that the industrial apiary requires in order to do all of the advanced breeding that I'm going to need to do. So let's start with the and I already forget what it's called, the table. I think it's one of the first up here. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Assembly table. Diamond gear. Oh, I forgot that it takes diamond gears. Alright, so we start with the gold gear. That's surrounded by diamonds. Alright, there's my diamond gear. Good. So, I don't do... Oh, let's see, assembly. I don't know if I've got enough obsidian. I just didn't think of that. Oh, I do. Cool. That might be my last obsidian. Alright, so I got one of those, and I'm going to need to make a laser. Which is this guy here. Oh, I need more obsidian, and I am completely out. Alright, so I am going to cut here, do a little bit of jockeying around so I can actually get some power to my lasers, and I'm going to go collect some obsidian because I did not realize I only had 6 pieces. So I will catch you guys after the cut.